Come on, give me some power.
Give me some power. Hey, Brad.
I'm stuck. I'm trying to spur it. It's not going.
We got a show to do, Brad. Come on, Brad. We got a show to do. Lazy. Are we stuck? Oh, there you are. Well, bring it in. Are you done?
We're gonna go for it, baby. From the North Texas Pole, the Sukiyaki Santa Claus, the Tokyo Tree Topper, the Kamikaze King of Joy, the man that puts trail underneath your tree every weekend, the Man of Trail, Tim Kamara. And from the South Texas Pole, that's me, baby, the man behind the reins on the Keeping It Real Santa sleigh. Let's have some fun. Brad Jewett. Somebody's going to have a guest tonight. Thank you for tuning in tonight for a live version of the Keeping It Real Christmas Special Show.
Oh, hi, look. Patricia George is in the house, baby.
Welcome to your house. Hey, name this movie.
Good golly.
How are we doing?
'Tis the season to be merry.
Jewett.
Well, that's my name.
Did you name that movie? Did you hear
Good
it?
golly. 'Tis the season to be merry.
Well, that's my name.
What about Mary?
Christmas Vacation, baby.
Vacation. Got it.
Son of a nutcracker.
Oh, my God.
I got them lined up.
Okay, Brad.
I love it. Let's have some fun tonight, man. Come on, let's stir it up, you and me. What good stuff can we stir up tonight?
Got a special guest.
I have no idea who, with their name on there and a pink bow around a tree back there. Wonder where you're at, Tim.
Okay, come on in, Miss Becky George.
And there she is. Hi, Becky.
Hi.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Okay, wait, I got to change hats.
Okay.
I should have given her a little Christmas music as she arrived.
So, Brad Jewett, what'd you do today?
What did I do?
How's your arena?
It's good. I put all new groomer teeth on my drag, and so I had to readjust my whole drag. So that took a little bit of time, right? Because as the teeth start to fade, it takes adjustment. And you put new teeth on, you get another 4 inches on each tooth right there. So anyway, that's how I started my day, and then gave some lessons. I filled my truck up with diesel because I'm going over to the intro show tomorrow, right, in College Station.
Oh,
and yes, and I forgot to put the gas cap back on my 100-gallon tank in the back, and so diesel fuel all over my truck. So then I had to go wash my truck.
Loser.
So it was kind of full of that stuff. So brilliant, right? Brilliant.
Do you notice that Mr. Hellman's in the house?
Well, I saw you say hello, and he's like, I'm dosing. I got my notification. I forgot my notification that he will be in Ocala. Yeah. Come see us at Jewett Performance Horses, Mr. Leslie Hellman.
You have to get
all of your body work needs.
You're right. Can I ask Rebecca what she did today?
What'd you do today, Becca?
I went over 755,000 trail pulls.
That's a lot of trail pulls.
65 pulls on all green horses. My back hurts, my shoulder hurts, my knee hurts.
Maybe we'll text Leslie Hellman.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we definitely need Leslie. It was torture to get ready for Florida today.
But it's good though.
Yeah,
good torture, right?
Yeah.
I bet you feel really prepared though.
I feel better. I'm more prepared. I'm I know the things I have to fix.
How was yesterday?
Yesterday was tragic. I was thinking about retiring. Yeah. That's what was happening yesterday.
Well, you live to fight another day today. Are you there one more day tomorrow, Tim?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Oh, I'm ready for you, Trailman. Come on.
Oh yeah. I kept telling him, I'm like, I'm so ready this year. All of they're so ready. And I so was not. So there's that.
All right.
Well,
We dusted
all
it
right.
off. We
Yeah.
we fixed it. We fixed a few things. That's all good.
Yeah.
But I think that's interesting. Like you got a lot of 3-year-olds and young horses, right?
We do. Crazy.
And just
how many of those are roan?
Oh gosh,
Oh,
a
God.
lot.
A lot.
That's why I'm thinking maybe your logo ought to start having some roan in with that pink or something like
Yeah,
that.
because I have
Yeah.
Vinny's roan, Ivy's roan, Iceman's roan, Andy's roan, Norma's roan.
I don't even ask what horse this is. Okay, what horse is that? Well, they all look the same. They're
Yeah.
all Asian to me, right? I go, oh my God. But I'm just we can talk about this a little bit. It's interesting when you have these young horses in this month of December and we're all going to Ocala or whatever.
Mhm.
Ocala could be the horse show tomorrow, or just gain those horses right after the World Show to get right back in the game again, right?
Yeah.
And then getting them prepared so you don't look stupid when you get to Ocala. But
Yeah.
they need that. How we start a season again, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. A lot of my 3-year-olds. So we have I don't know. We counted the other day. I think we have 8 3-year-olds.
Oh my
I'm taking
goodness.
12 to Ocala, and we have 8 3-year-olds.
Oh my goodness.
3's coming 4.
Right.
And so mine, only a few of them, Colton's have shown this year, but my 3-year-olds haven't shown, and they just weren't strong enough. They just weren't ready. And so now it's throwing everything in, and we're holding them out. So they don't show until the second set in Ocala. So it's a lot, but I'm not used to that because I usually have 3-year-olds, and that's kind of my thing. But this year I did not. Now they're all going to be coming 4s.
Because you were judging.
I was.
You hit the road and judge, baby.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? When her and I were driving back from dinner last night, like how many days? When was the last time you were home for more than 3 days in a row?
Yeah.
Right.
When I got home from the World Show, from AQHA World Show, that was the first time I had been home more than I think 3.5 days in a row from January to now.
That's crazy.
I know.
So Tim, I've been riding those horses. We're ready for you.
Yeah. Well, Colton's been riding them. Colton's
Right.
got my back. He had them. I just it was a lot. They weren't ready. It wasn't Colton's fault. It was all on me.
But I think you guys have a dynamics here that's very interesting. That's very advantage because you guys got 2 jockeys, right?
Right.
And I've seen different trainers that have been on the show talking about like sometimes you need to switch horses a little bit for a different feel or see what you think, or you might get along better with this horse than another horse, right?
We're very lucky in that way. And in fact, we had a conversation in the barn today because in the second set we have 9 green horses showing. And so we're going to have to figure, there's 8, but 5 of them Colton rides.
Right.
And so we were trying to figure out like which one is
Green
the one that,
right.
exactly. Yeah. So I'm so lucky that we can, if I don't get along with one, then he rides it. And pretty much if they're tough, then he rides it. Right. but it's very helpful.
But I think too, as trainers, you guys do such a good job. That's kind of your market. You guys circle a lot of horses that
we like to do the young ones and get them ready.
And then unfortunately you sell them. You make a good product and you've done a lot like that. So it's like people want to take your product. Even how about this? Because you're a buyer seller too. Like, isn't it funny how the market right now is like you have to invest a little bit to get a horse right now? Like, you have to buy. It's higher than you probably want because you can't turn it very good.
I have always bought like young horses and then taught them the all around events and then sold them. And what we used to get into them for, it's non-existent.
Yeah.
You have to make a big investment to have that product that is going to go on. And they sure bring a lot more money, but the initial investment is so much higher than what it used to be.
Hey, let's give a couple shout outs. We got Kathy Lee. What's up? Kathy Lee. We got Helena. I never say her name right.
Yeah.
Julie Vogie.
Julie Vogie. Another
Troy Oakley.
She's got it, right?
Hi, Julie.
Right.
Troy Oakley.
Right. It's interesting. Like
Tina Vollmer's watching. Are you kidding me? Tina Vollmer's watching.
Look at that.
The boss. Okay.
You're making sure Tim's still alive because, like, if you
she hasn't seen him either, right?
You're scheduling Tim's schedules
a few hours, and then she had to go to work.
Yeah.
So she said, find your way to the airport. And I said, okay. Well, she let me drive her car. Actually, I took the car to the airport and dropped it off, and then brought the bus up here, and then fly back tomorrow. But I was home a half a night, right?
Yeah. Next, Tim Kimura, Nick Gonifas just showed up too.
Yeah, Nicholas, I use some more blocks. I'm ready to get some more blocks.
I need blocks.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna get some blocks for you too. So, anyways, here's my other question. Okay, so Ocala. Okay, so after Ocala, what's your next show after that? You said
We're doing Waco. We're doing a home show. Yeah.
When is that? What weekend is that?
The 24th through the 26th. They moved it, so I think so we could all. Well, I mean, I feel that they did it so we could all go, but it's at the end of January, so there's no reason that the Texas people shouldn't be there. Everybody go.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely be there, but I have a little show that I'm judging on that one day, but it'll work because it's in Houston. It's in Waco, actually.
Yeah,
it's just I'm helping a little club there, so cool. Okay,
it's interesting. Like, there's the Waco show. There's a show this week. The what do you call it?
That's the introductory. This is the level 1 show in College Station.
Right.
Yep.
And then there's Prairie Classic, which some people go and some people don't go. Right.
Yeah, we'll go there. We'll go there.
And then I have to go to Dixie Nationals.
Right.
And then Vegas comes up, and then Arizona's in our lap already. It's
right.
weird. I mean, it's just as fast as our season starts. I mean,
It never ends.
Yeah. There's not much of a breath, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Bradford?
Well, I'll catch you up to speed here. So we had our Christmas party this weekend. It was a blast. It was awesome. Very well attended. Great people. It's always fun to take off the boots and do something different. And Jackie Marlowe, great hostess for our Christmas party. It's always a blast. But I haven't been to a horse show since Congress, right? So this has been like I've gotten to take a breath, right? It's been weird, really.
And you
weird.
haven't judged, so you haven't been anywhere, just at home in your beautiful place riding.
Just at home. That's right.
Spoiled. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's spoiling.
Well, Tim came down for Thanksgiving, and we got to go watch the Lakers beat the Spurs.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But last weekend when everybody was here, I'm excited about Ocala because I have some new riders that have been to maybe 1 or 2 horse shows, and some other riders that are ready to just knock it out. And I was just so happy with how everybody came in, picked up the program, because I've been kind of working on some new lingo while I'm been home, and so everybody really picked it up and has improved. So I'm excited about Ocala for all my kiddos for sure.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's a super exciting feeling when like even we were talking that my horses, I'm stressing because my open horses aren't ready, but same as you, I'm so excited for my people. Yeah, like everybody's ready, and it's so excited to go because like you feel like, wow, we're in this spot. Let's go to a horse show. So yeah, that's fun.
I got 3 of them in the arena right now. They may be getting finished up right now, but I left to come in here to do this. And we've been working on this pattern, the intro patterns. Even though they're not going to that show, I put that pattern out for them, and it's kind of a tough pattern. And so to see their progress, and Tim even said it because he was here doing trail with one of them. I put him to work when he came down for the game, and he's like, wow, that kid has gotten remarkably better since July. And now like her horsemanship, equitation, all that stuff is coming together as well. So it's fun to watch them improve.
I mean, even the ones I did here, right? The 3 girls I done here, like the young one for sure. Like I can put more on the mother or the grandmother too. I can put more stuff on. It's, they do it, they learn a little bit, they go do the reps when I leave, and then I come back, and then to see them again, like, okay, they're anxious for more information. And it's like, I'm anxious to like add another layer to it. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's the thing, right? Is adding layers. And I tell them that all the time. I'm like, you're really wasting your money because I'm not adding any layers to this. I keep saying the same dang thing over and over again. Maybe you should figure this out. I don't say it quite that mean, but it's just like to the point, right? So when they finally break through and you get to start adding layers and layers, then they go back and they do that pattern again after they've learned these new layers, and they're like, I got to keep my hand down. Whoa, what in the world? It's awesome.
It is. It's so awesome. It's such an awesome feeling to watch that come together. It's so rewarding.
It's funny, and then props to Kendra Weiss, because I went to Clink there last week too, but right before here for Bex and stuff like that. And then I just remember doing the show with Brad Kearns and stuff, and he was talking about the basics, right? Basics never lie. if you be the best at the basics, it was the coach,
Yes.
right? Be the
100%.
best at the basics and having a great foundation, you can't lose. Not can't lose, but I mean, you're so strong. And I was telling everyone today when I've been coaching this week, I said, whatever I'm going to do I want you to have good basics.
Yep.
If it's trail, let me give you 101. That's what I coach the best. Let me go to the ground and let's do ABC, okay? And then you'll figure it out. You got to do it 100 times, but you'll
we
figure
all
it out.
we all have to have those victories, right? Because as long as I've been doing this, you still like you believe that right there, right? Of the basics. Because I tell everybody, you're going to be doing the same thing forever. Remember, I told Brad, I said, you want the good news, the bad news. The good news is, or the bad news is, you got to do this a lot more. The good news is it's not going to change, and all you're going to do is get better at the basics, and that's how you're actually going to improve and go win the world show, right? Is be great at the basics, right? And so when it seems like it's taking longer than it should, you question like, well, it's not. But then when they finally break that through, and then the layers come on, it's like, love it.
But you got to be persistent enough and patient enough. Like there's highs and lows when it's not there yet, but you accept it. Like I had one today. I go, isn't it amazing how like she's getting better and better, and then all of a sudden she gets to the point she loses it a little bit, right? Like I said, I get it. It's not offending me, but I just said, but she's closer.
Yeah.
Like I got more pieces connecting, right? Like in trail, it's all about connecting multiple pieces together. Okay. Like, okay, I can get through a minute and a half. Now 2 minutes, I can get through a couple slow things, and then I just can't finish very good because I get a little bit ahead of myself a little bit.
Yes.
Or things start going good. And I think especially the young ones or the novice amateurs, they're like, I'm 3/4 away through this and it's so good, and they get so overwhelmed and then they mess up the last part.
Well, and I think so. A lot of mine as well have never been to WEC, right, in Ocala. So that's another thing that they're just so excited about. And I think in a way, because I love Tampa, but in a way, WEC has been so propped that they're wanting to bring their best, like they've really kind of stepped up because they're like, wow, we're going to get to go to that amazing facility. And so I think that has helped the process maybe a little bit too. And, I'm anxious to see how it all kind of plays out. Looking at the schedule, it looks like we're going to show outside quite a bit.
I hope so.
Yeah. Even let's compare that to the two shows we're talking about over here, the Waco show and the College Station show. Even the people who are lower level are looking up to go do something. To get at, like level 1 stuff, right? I think
that's what mine are for the most part.
Like our show is that way about like teaching the people at home that might not have a trainer and they're going to go to a horse show. Like I'm excited for you. That's a great show to start out with.
Yeah.
Hey, Roxanne Dugan showed up.
Hi, Roxy.
And John Briggs.
What about that?
John Briggs. You love that,
Briggs.
Hi, John.
Hi, Roxy. All good, right? It's amazing.
She's one of our intros.
She is. Her and her little girlfriend.
Yeah.
They're such funny girls. They're such good girls. They're troopers. Those two are troopers. But I mean, I think Tina Vollmer, she's out there grinding and digging. They're all loading their trailers, getting ready. They want to be ready to go. Like, okay, we're leaving on this day, and you better be ready to go. Because when I want to go, we're going to go. And they're all like, want to get there. They want to get acclimated. They want to go. Everyone wants to see WEC too. I mean, I've been there once, but they all want to go hang out.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about this? Can I change the subject for a sec? How about the raining the other week? Okay. I was at
our first ever female NRHA futurity champion.
Girl power. She's amazing.
Tina Vollmer's called me up. She goes, this is ridiculous. It is amazing what these 3-year-olds can do. Like it is, I mean, and I get it. I didn't watch it because I was working for Kendra, but I get it. It's like every event that we're doing nowadays is so ultimate. I mean, just wow. What, I always go, what's more, right?
Yeah. It's insane. When you sit there and look at, you watch Casey's run and you just watch it over and over again. And then you have to go, that thing is 3 years old.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, Tina Vollmer is like telling her horse, well, you're 4 coming 5. You better get your act together. What the heck? Look at this 3-year-old's doing. Okay.
Yeah.
You're 2 years older than that horse, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But it just like, if you listen to, like, I've watched all of the interviews that Casey did, and she just goes back to the fact that is a special animal. So I think also some of us get wrapped up and they're like, oh, but why isn't my horse doing it? Like I said, I have threes coming forward that are going to WEC that I'm going to have to show two-handed the first time and then go to the bridle. And this chick's out there killing it with a 3-year-old there, but it's a special animal. You know, that's why that one won the futurity, and it just had everything went right that day. But yeah, I think it's amazing, and they just have to be the right horse to be able to do that. The strong enough, athletic, the right program, everything goes. Something doesn't happen, that they pull a muscle, they get hurt. I mean, you know, there's so many things in it.
Well, they're you know, it's a breed within a breed, right? And because they're so. When I trained reiners, they were not. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that I was a great trainer at the time, but those horses are so born to do what they're doing right now. Like when I was doing it, we were still riding some cutter bred kind of cow bred kind of horses for the most part. And then Hollywood Done It kind of came in and kind of started changing some of that stuff. And that's kind of when I started fading out. So it's very, it's amazing to see what those horses are doing. Like if you went to their barns right now as 2-year-olds, what their 2-year-olds are doing. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. If, you know, when we went to Steve Archer, because he lives down here, and that's a friend of ours, when we went to his barn and we saw Bougie as a 2-year-old, like as a 2-year-old, you were like, how can, and he's like, this thing, it's just an amazing animal. It's so, and I mean, Steve's an amazing trainer and he did a great job, but like, it's just crazy the things he could do as a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Insane.
Well, think about, you know, how much Steve likes to tinker with them all, right? And do so much of this, but so that's a difference, right? Is those guys can stay home and do more of that because they're not showing.
Right.
The 52 weekends, they're not showing 40 of them, you know?
Correct.
And they're not gone for 2 weeks every month at a horse show, basically, right? Which is kind of what we do throughout the year. And so that just kind of goes to show you the difference in within the breed, the different, you know, why our 3-year-olds are, you know, when they say that 3-year-old's really broke. Well, I don't know how at some point, those guys in their 2-year-old year, they're going, okay, this is the one I'm focused. This is one I'm putting all my efforts into, and I'm going to do whatever I got to do. Right. And it's not 20 of them.
Agreed. Yes, absolutely.
Do you think that's the same as the pleasure horse guys too? Like, because they don't have to horse show as much as we horse show and stuff, where they get to stay home, ride their horses a little bit more.
For sure. Yeah.
You know?
I don't think it's any what am I trying to say? Not guess, but surprise that the guys that are usually the top at the futurity pen are the ones that get to do that, right? They get to pick their horses, and those are they spend time getting those things broke. And sometimes you don't have any in your stable, right? But most of the time, those horses raise their hand and they go, I want to be the one that wants to show as a 2-year-old, right? But that's, you know, that's why I've always been a big proponent of, I think we should have less 2-year-old events and focus more on the 3s and let those horses get more of that. And I think we would see an even more amazing 3-year-old crop, personally.
I think we have, though, don't you think, because the 2-year-olds,
it's been more so that way.
Yeah. It's moving that direction, because now we have so many more things available for them as a 3, like not just the 3-year-old pleasure. Now we have the 3-year-old trail. And so I do think it's getting it, but I agree with you. You know, I mean, the less pressure we put on the 2s and let them get strong and let them get big, and then they get to go be superstars and whatever, whether it's with us in the trail or whether it goes on to be the pleasure or whatever.
Well, let's be honest. I think for what we do, our horses have to have that stand up and stay, right? Like the adjustment of speed to be able to stay the same over 6 foot, you know, 4 6 foot spread apart poles is different than like that a reiner. That this set of circles may have been a little bit faster than that or slower than that set of circles, you know. So so our degree of difficulties are different, right?
Completely different. Actually, Tim and I were talking about that because we've been talking about the reining, and I said that the degree of difficulty of us getting through like the course that we had set today, and just there was 4 poles, you know, 4 poles just one stride apart down there, and then you had to turn the corner and go to another pole, and for a 3-year-old to stay slow and stay soft through there, and then immediately break to a trot and then trot in a circle, and like, you know, they have to learn where their feet are and so on. And so I respect the Rainer is amazing, but ours is such a high degree of difficulty too. That's why, I mean, I have some 3s right now that didn't make it as a 3. So that's why we're holding them out till a 4.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I did that with my 3-year-old last year. Like he didn't really ever get to that point, and he got scared at a horse show. And so I just backed off.
Yep.
And you know, I'm sorry, my 4-year-old actually. And so it was just what was best for him because he's a nice horse, you know.
Right.
And the owners thankfully understood, and they backed me up on everything. And so it's just you got to pay attention to that. And I think, I'm sure in our world, when people have 60, 70 horses in training, those horses are going to get overlooked. And, you know, I don't want to do that anymore. That's why we built a 20 stall barn. You know, we didn't build a bigger barn than that because we want to pay attention to those things.
Agreed.
But it's tricky right now. Like I feel some of the younger trainers that they're hungry and they got to do what they got to do, right? If they buy something or, you know, there's responsibility in making it happen, right?
Yeah.
I feel bad because, again, that purchase at the beginning is kind of big and they're sticking out a little bit, and then they almost pressure to produce something.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean,
yeah, for sure. That's, I mean, and then you also have the young ones that are super, super popular. And so they get a ton of horses in the barn and don't have enough help to get them all rode. And then those horses get overlooked. And next thing you know, what could have been a great one is still standing in the barn. And then that kind of circles around. But that happens. I mean, all the time.
Right. No, I get that. How about, I'm going to go sidebar again. So Becky and Colton, they've been letting me watch the rodeo last 2 nights, right? And I was thinking a couple of things. One, I watched the barrel racing, right? And those animals and girls are amazing.
Killing it.
Amazing what they can do, right? And then last night, for some reason, that team roping was just jacked up. Like those guys were just hooking
Killing it. Have you watched it, Brad?
I have not. I've never really gotten into the NFR, and I know once I go one year, I'll probably be like hooked, right? I mean, I'll every once in a while I'll turn it on and watch it, but it's just never been one of those things that's just on my radar.
This year's just insane. The quality, that's what we were talking about. I mean, the quality of everything. The barrel racers, you know, normally you watch it and there's kind of, in a girl, like they'll win a round. You know, someone wins a round, they kind of all toss it around. Maybe someone wins 2. But that Haley Kinsel and that Cassie Mallory are just going back and forth. Like they're first, third. And that's insane. The consistency of those horses over multiple days that they can bring it. And they're not just bringing it with average times. Like last night was only a 1/10 of a second off of the arena record. I mean, and I'm not into barrel racing, but like it just takes my breath away when I watch it. I'm like, those girls are amazing.
That's what's so awesome about horses right there.
So the stupid part that I'm watching, I'm going, well, there's like the tracks from the stagecoach show was there before they left. Isn't anyone going to drive the arena before they go? And then I see the guys raking the barrels. I said, hey, well, that's a trailman thing. I'm a good raker. I can rake the barrels when I'm done when I'll retire. I can go watch that.
There's like a guy that runs out. We caught him on TV. There's a guy that runs out and rakes which obviously, you know, the barrel racers are going to tell you it wasn't good enough because dirt's not good enough for them. But
you know, that brings up another conversation we could have is the different types of horse trainers that we have in our industry. I'm sure it's the same in the rodeo deal too, is because there's, you know, you look at Casey and winning the fraternity, and, you know, from what I heard and what I read a little bit, like the bond that horse and her had, right? And then you have somebody, you know, I would say maybe the flip side of it, like let's say Andrea, you know, that every year he has those horses, and he's got a busy schedule because he's doing the cow horse a little bit now too. Like he's in demand for more other things. He does his podcast. He does a lot of other things. And so I wouldn't say he's catch rider, but, you know, he rode Bougie, you know, last year as well. Right. And so the talent that he has, I'm not saying one's a better horse trainer. Maybe it's just their skill sets in a sense. Right. And there's always going to be some kind of a bond, right? But it's just it's amazing how you know, when you look at, that's what beauty part, that's what it's so awesome to see. And some things that we're trying to look for in our industry is the Casey O'Rourke's, to be able to step up and do that kind of deal on a big stage when nobody saw it coming.
Yep.
And to see what a special animal, not just the big names always have the special animal and can be the winner that day, right?
Yeah.
That's what we all kind of want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that was what was amazing. And but I do agree with you. I think also Andrea, he is the lucky one that gets to pick from those
Right.
elite.
Sure.
So like we were saying, he's going to say, okay, I'll show Bougie. I'm going to show this one. I'm going to show this one. And then that's what he focuses on. And the other 15 people that work for him, because it's a ginormous operation, get the other ones ready. So I think to that level, they don't go to the pin unless they have that connection and that bond. You don't get a horse to run for you like that unless you do have that connection. And all those guys, like I love it at the rein-in when they all get off and they give them a big old hug. Like they're connected to that horse. It's not just, oh, whatever. It's just another ride.
Right. We're
So
getting a message from our producer that I'll tell you what. Hold on, I got to text him back here because he's having some internet issues. Obviously, we're still able to run and we still have people watching. Don't go anywhere. But I'm going to let Becky and Tim keep talking while I text Marcelo.
Okay.
Well, all right then.
Well, Becky, okay. That's funny. So like, what's your expectations for your horses? Like, I mean, how about this one? When we talked about this today, one hand, two hand, show, don't show.
Right.
It kind of depends on the horse for sure, but what goes into knowing that, okay, maybe I should show two hands the first round or the first set of the second set or whatever you want to call that.
So like coming in to the practice, I thought, they're coming fours. So obviously I would like them in a bridle.
Right.
None of them have been exposed to the show pin. And so my thought process is that I was going to show them one-handed. But then today and yesterday, after going through the patterns and stuff, I don't think it's fair to them. Right. I think that, it's what's fair is to show them two-handed, be able to help them in those transitions, be able to guide them around there and give them confidence. Right. And then they're at least now they're, like I said, they're coming four. So it's not like those baby threes that you have to do that over and over and over again. I think it will happen quicker. My goal down there is to show all of my newbies two-handed the first set during the new year, and then be able to show one-handed. If I can, I'll show them two-handed.
It's tricky. Like on my side of the ledger, yes, I know a lot of newbie horses are coming into play, but at the same time, I got to separate a few of the horses, right? So, try not to block it too high. Well, I won't block the green, but then, something straight, but, even like the four-stride trots or something, right?
Yep.
Like a lot of those pleasure horses can't trot that long, and it's interesting to pull you guys out on that. But
it's also a huge horse show that you had to have a pattern like that because you're going to have amazing horses that just didn't green out. Right. And they have to have a course like that or they'll slay everybody. Right. And so, unfortunately, our horses have to step up and go into that pattern. It is what it is.
We talk about, my friend Michael, because he asked me, he was doing the judges thing the other day, where you challenge the top third of the class, educate the middle third of the class, and make it safe for that bottom third of the class. No matter where you are in that place, that course should kind of layer it out so your good ones can excel and easy to find your 10 or 15 horses. And then that middle one, well, they have a bobble or they did a mistake and they need to fix that. And then the third one, like, can they just survive without, car crash?
Well, and I think there's always like, you know where you're going to be in that spot. Like I would like to set my horses up to be two-handed to be in that middle group. I just want to go in there. I mean, they're fancy over the poles, but I want to make them have some confidence and get through. And then once that happens, then we can put our hand down and go back for the top group. But I think that, it's a lot of pattern, but it's to be expected.
Right.
It comes down to, knowing where you are, where your horse is, where your owners are, and 100%. Then how patient you can be in the process. Right.
Yeah. Because it's hard. And and you may have this too, but with the new first year green class at the NSBA, then that's a whole nother section that those ones that are behind, they have a class that they could excel in there, but I can't show until after January 1st. So these horses are going to go to Ocala and they're going to be there for the whole first set and can only practice because I can't show until January 1st. So that's a whole nother conversation that I've had to have with some of the owners because they're like, I want them to show this set. And I'm like, you can, but your horse has a very good chance of having this class that is just made for them at the World Show. And if we just skip this one set, then we can keep them eligible for that.
If you delay your decision by 1 week, it could pay off huge dividends come August, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
like we all want to show in a section of horses that are similar, because there's the ringer greens that show once a year or twice a year, right?
Right.
And then they're really good, and or they've been schooling all year like they ought to be, right?
Yeah.
And then they show for reals when it's time, so they really never point out or money out.
And honestly, if your horses, haven't been shown and all that, then I believe that it will do your horses a huge service to get settled in, to go out there and practice the other courses, get into that routine, because that's as important as showing them, in my opinion, right? Of getting them to go do trail warm up and not feeling like they're getting crunched on because they got to go show every other day, but teaching them to get comfortable and relaxed to where when you do get ready to show them, the whole process just becomes a little bit easier and a little bit easier for them. So I think it's a brilliant plan, even if you could show the first set, you know what I mean? Just to if your horses have not been shown, to let them go and just kind of relax and enjoy the process.
Well, and that's the beauty of it used to be Tampa, but now that it's in Ocala, is we generally always take so many young ones there because they gain so much exposure and they get so broke just from being able to do trail practice. Because they have to be in trail warm up. As we all know, trail warm up is a thing of itself. Like, you have to survive.
Well, when you're at home and let's say it's just you and Colton, right? It's just you two out here schooling by yourselves. It's one thing, but when you're in the pack, like you're with the ants and it's a cluster out there, and your horse has to be able to handle that pressure of these things bouncing off you and this selected novice coming at you because you're on that side of the pin, you're on the novice side, and this green horse going, where the F did all these horses come from?
Yeah.
Like,
so they're not loping over the pools, but it's only because they're so scared about everything.
Yeah,
else
they're like
going over.
looking left, looking right.
Yeah.
And then
that's because you have to look a little bit left and right too, so you don't have a novice kid running into you.
Right. Well, I was just going to say, today we had my novice and Tim was giving her a lesson, and Colton and I both had 3-year-olds out there, and he had her like on the pattern. She's focused, right? She's full drape. She's focused. She's like going through there. Well, then I cut in front of her and I had plenty of room. Oh my gosh. Her eyes got this big. And I was like, welcome to trail warm up, honey.
Right.
This is the way it's going to work.
Right. And I said, I think those younger horses, like I said, like they didn't like the chair. Okay. Like Colton's one horse didn't like my chair where I was sitting. Right. I mean, people are standing out there.
Yeah.
You got people standing, you got their dogs by them. I mean, you got a lot of dogs here.
Oh yeah, we have lots of dogs. We have a dog broke here.
But there's so many other things that can distract this horse, and they're good at home, and all of a sudden they come to the city, and they get all this, and you're going, where did all my training go? But it's actually you're adding on training for them to get used to that.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will not miss about Tampa is the nighttime riding with those big generator lights.
I know. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
That's the one thing I won't miss, because I'm like yelling all the way across the arena and they're like standing 10 feet away from me because of the light. So that is going to be one thing that's
going to be amazing.
Yes.
But
yes.
like even this show right now, I think it's interesting because everyone's getting ready for Ocala or the show this weekend, and how people prepare, how you prepare your team over there, how she prepares her team with Colton and stuff like that. I mean, everyone's kind of getting ready, but how do you do it? How do you do it? How does the people out in the field? I mean, just people need to hear it, right? Okay, we're all raw. I mean, Becky's getting her horses ready. Guess what? She's going to have to struggle a little bit, but she's going to get out there and do it.
Yeah.
And by the time 2 weeks are over, she's got a better product than she started with, right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I really enjoy is watching, because there's so many people that come and show in Florida in December and January, and to watch the young horses and to come out and to watch them struggle. And then you see them at Prairie, or you see them at Sun Circuit, and then they just keep and then, come August, September, October, November, they're like right there. I love seeing those stories, it's fun. And then WEC is going to have their big classes again too. So, I mean, there's a lot that's going to be going on for sure.
Well, I thought, because it's how it's going.
Wow. Look at that comment that just came in. Marcella, you got to put that up for Becky. Don't look yet, Becky. You look at that.
Oh.
Wow.
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 Wow. Rebecca. Mm.
That's just like mic drop, Becky. Just mic drop.
What a compliment is that?
Thanks
That's
for watching, kid.
But
Oh wait, and your Christmas lights at your ranch are amazing. If anybody
Right.
hasn't seen them, please go to Ken's Facebook because they're amazing.
How long did that take you to do, kid?
Oh my goodness, right?
I was thinking I was going to say that back in the day, because I came from California, that Arizona was like the start show, right?
Right.
So like I would see everyone struggle on the West Coast because that was
Yeah.
their first show out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know really about Gold Coast, Gulf Coast back in the day. But now the ones when you get to Arizona, you know who's been playing or
Yeah.
who's been waiting for this Arizona
Yeah.
show to start training, right? Like
Yeah.
they're late, a little late to the party. And then within a month, all the stuff's going to start happening in April,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're behind.
Well,
because,
think in April we have our first level 1 championship show.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
I know. It just doesn't.
Oh
slow
yeah,
down.
out the East Coast.
Yeah, it's in April.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, Jonathan Mueller just showed up.
Who? So
Big
yeah,
John. Frenchie.
Jonathan, hey.
is that another thing? Like how the breeding is? I mean, just because you were talking about who's that horse? The I am the something.
Oh yeah, shout out to I Am the Party because
I
my 2-year-old is killing it. Yep,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah.
And our yearling is super good. So if you guys need to know where to breed, highly suggest it.
Little props to that.
Yeah.
Right. It's amazing, like how the breeding is nowadays. I mean, we have so many. I don't know. These horses are bred to do the job now,
Yeah.
right? It's not like we were talking about back in the day where we rode what we had,
Right.
right? How about this, Rebecca? Like you've been doing this for a long time. Like how you guys in the past, back in let's say 10, 15 years ago, the stock that you guys made and like you raised a lot of horses. And that's another
Yeah.
great feature of your business here that you guys have brood mares and you raise your own stock. So, but it's a different breeding, different way of getting this product to be a sold horse, I guess. I mean, how's it changed from now from back then?
Well, I think it's I say this all the time, like about Carly and Sarah and like myself trying to include myself with those two girls because they're amazing. But we all came from paints.
Right.
And when you are in the paint industry, you get trained up what you have.
Right.
You have a certain amount of horses because it's not near as big. And if your customer has this horse, you better train it up and it's going to work and you have to make it work. So we learned to make these things work.
Right.
Then when you come and we all changed over, it's like this whole eye-opening experience. I'm like, whoa, I can choose what I want to go and
Right.
train and I can breed it a certain way. I mean, there's just so many more to choose from. So yeah, you can find a bloodline that you like and that works for you and you get along with, and then you kind of stick with that. Obviously I'm a moon pie fan because I have 15 of them in the barn or something.
Right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. But when a person finds something that works for them, they just stick with it.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
ahead.
go ahead. Finish your
No,
thought.
No.
Well, I have a different type of question because I know that the Cutters and the Rainers and all those guys do this, and it may be a little early for us, but we need to have more shows like this. Have you heard? Because I don't have any young 3s, 4s, juniors this year at all. But have you heard anybody that has a good one coming up that anyone to watch out for? I don't, it's a lot of times it takes a few horse shows for you to kind of get into that groove of things, but it's always just kind of fun to,
You don't think they're shopping when you
reload.
go to Ocala?
Yeah, I think, don't you think? I mean, that's what we all run around looking for at Tampa, right? When you're out there under the lights and the generators, we're like, that's going to be the one this year.
Right.
That's going to
the fun
happen.
part. But you haven't heard somebody saying like, hey, here it's Jonathan said TW's got one.
See, it's kind of
There you
funny,
go.
right?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just fun because it can really help our shows, going out throughout the year, just trying to latch onto a few of these and watch their journey throughout the year. I think it'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like there's not enough shows for us to look.
That's
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's what's hard, I always want always talk about that lower level. I don't even know if it's lower level, but affordable level for these people to show, right? I feel like it shouldn't just be all the expensive stuff, right? Like the Waco show or the shows around here. I that's our roots. The Saddle Club shows. I mean, there's no such thing as that anymore. But like when I was in Missouri, they were talking to me about their shows over there and how they, like Kendra and those guys, are trying to build it, right?
Yeah. I think we all tried. That's what I was saying about the Waco show,
Right.
that the dates kind of move so we can all go. It's hard because all of us of our group,
Right.
we all go to the same shows. Like we have a circuits that we follow and we go to the same shows. So when those weekend or the, in-state levels go, then sometimes it's against those dates. But that's real nice that Waco is not, so we could go and support that horse show. And I mean, the customers love it because they're not,
I loved that show last year.
we didn't go, or Colton went. Colton took horses.
Yeah,
I was
Colton did
gunning somewhere this year.
I
somewhere
asked
else.
Buddy, I said, can we just keep it this size? I mean, it was nice. It wasn't super long days and I don't know, but it was a really good horse show.
Like, I don't know if it's funky or not, but like Tina had all these trophies, right? So I said, we need to donate these trophies to that show, right? And give them to Michelle and then give them away.
Yeah.
So we cleaned all your trophies up that we can get out of the storage shed, right? And then I said, we got to be like Carol, we got to sign them.
Yeah.
So we
exactly.
signed them, right? Her and I both signed them on the bottom, right?
But think about it, a level, especially like if it was for that level 1 show or whatever, like that's a big deal. Like I know. Like my walk trot kid would love to get a freaking trophy.
Yeah.
It's all about the prizes.
Well,
I've got some amateurs that are all about prizes too,
Right.
but the walk trot kids, they would love that.
Right.
They get to take it and then they could turn it over and see that y'all
I know. Is
signed
that cool?
I think it's cool.
I know.
Carol Rose did that for
Yeah,
the Texas Classic. It was amazing. She signed every single trophy too. I'm like, I want one of those.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
signed by Carol Rose. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you wonder what amazing horse won that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That she
No
owned,
kidding.
you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, it's funny. I mean, I said, just sign it. Just, you know what? We're leaving a legacy. Okay. Someone won't even, who's that guy? That's the trail man? That's something for later on. That's
yeah,
what
I'd take one the trail man signed.
Yeah.
see?
No kidding.
I'll take
I'm
one.
gonna make you sign my trophies before I leave.
I love it. I love it. Tina Vollmer, who doesn't like prizes? You're right.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly, Tina. I can name off all my amateurs that go to the horse shows because of the prizes they get.
Yeah, I heard that. I've heard that. I've heard that too a little bit.
Yeah, Michelle Rod.
But you know what? That's a little bit of promotion for those shows too, right?
Mhm.
Like some that, if it's Big A or one of those that like to give awards out. Oops, there you go. That give great awards.
Yep.
I mean, it's a draw.
Yep.
How when it comes down to it, how do the horse shows market themselves now, right? Because you've got to market, whether it be prizes or judges or special class. We just don't go because we're going. There has to be a reason why we're going to load the trailer and go that way. You know. What do you think, Bradford?
Well, seeing Roxanne wants a trophy.
Roxy, how funny.
Who would Jonathan say? Brett Clark just bought a fancy one. There you go. That's one to watch.
See?
There we go.
Pressure.
So now we know TW and Brett Clark have pressure.
But Brett doesn't come down there, I don't think.
No, he doesn't. But we'll have to watch for him at sunset.
How about this? Isn't it interesting too? Because I'm just saying it this way: the people up north, right? The people up in Connecticut, those guys, how cold it is up there. So they're coming down south because they get more junk down there in Ocala.
Brett is in Scottsdale, Arizona right now. He is not in North Carolina.
Disneyland, so it's fine.
Well, you asked Leslie
I
Lang.
don't feel bad for her.
So Leslie Lang is out there. Hi, Bear. I'm curious, does your horse buck anymore?
Yeah, we want to know because we saw on Facebook that your horse bucked off that Brody Wells. So does it buck again, or what's the scoop?
Does your horse?
Could you tell us?
Tell us if your horse is getting. Yeah. What do you call it? Going out again?
Yeah, if it's going to buck again, we want to know.
Yeah, throw us a.
Yeah.
Please say hi to
pretty
Strawberry.
Cool. That's pretty cool. I like saying I have a friend that provides livestock to the.
Isn't that cool?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's my friend's horse right
that's
there.
Our friend.
That's a friend.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I hang out with her.
Yeah.
I like it. So, how about so your kids? I mean, is there anything special you do with your kids? I don't know if I asked you this last week to get ready for Ocala, or are you just going for it?
No, I think honestly, I mean, it's what we've been doing. It's about the basics, and like I tell them the same thing I've told all my kids for 20 plus years is I'm your judge, not the guy sitting in the deal. I know they're going to make you nervous. I said, but really, we already have
Oh, she's
our
not out
our
here.
standard and what we're trying to do, right? And so when you come out of the ring, that's what we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about how you placed. We're going
Right.
to talk about where you're at in the process. What did Leslie say?
Her horse doesn't buck again.
Oh,
But
she's not
bulls,
again.
we
She's
have
got
bulls
bulls.
in 9 and 10, round
Okay.
9 and 10.
Okay.
You have a
Everybody-
name? You have a name?
Yeah. We need to know the bull's name,
What's
so
the
we're
bull's
ready.
name? Who we root
Yeah.
for?
I
love that.
But when you when you were just saying that you tell your customers that it's important what you think when they come
Right.
out, I think that's so important because I always tell them when you come out, if I'm standing there and I'm happy and we've made progress, it's all good. It doesn't, because if we continue to make progress, at some point you're going to win. When I come out and I'm, and I don't have a nice look on my face, then we know you didn't do the stuff we discussed,
Right.
And so as long as you come out and we're excited to talk about it, and then you have made a big win for the day. It doesn't, because eventually you will
Exactly.
win.
And you have, but that takes time to build that into your clients, right? Because everybody else is in first place, blah, everybody else is cheering, and
Right.
they may get the gate that day, but you have to make them feel like they're first place. And at some point they have to have that win, right? Otherwise they're like, okay,
Yeah.
what the heck?
I've had to like relearn that with my small fry because, I mean, she's 8 and we've been showing for the last couple of years, and she's just now where like everything is coming together. But we've had so many times where I was so freaking excited because we've had the best run we had, but we didn't win. But I'm like, oh my gosh, this was the best. It was amazing. You got all the pieces right. I'm so proud of you. We still didn't win, but it was like super exciting for me. And I wanted her to be excited about it, which she's still at the age that she was happy because I was happy.
Sure. Right. Absolutely. And if you can just harness that and hold on to that through her whole career, she'll be amazing.
Right.
As soon as you let the crowd noise start to creep in is when things start to go to pot,
Yep.
Don't you think train the parents and the grandparents too along the way here too?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a little bit of
For
this,
sure.
right?
Well,
Of the-
and I'll just say that your walk trot, the mother is exactly what we're talking about, because I see her go out there and ride, and she'll school and she'll do, and then you see it get better, you get better, and then all of a sudden she's got this great big win, right?
Yeah.
And that's been fun to watch her. So
yeah, it was
her,
super fun to watch because she put so much work into that X. So that was such a big win for all of us at the Congress. But yeah, and that's a big role model for Charlie to see. Just keep pecking at it, pecking at it.
Exactly. Those are the things I like to see when I look around at the horse shows at the Barn Dynamics. Who's doing it right? You know what I mean? Like who's coaching it right? Who's bringing these kids up right? Who's teaching their amateurs or selects, whoever it may be? And like Brister said, I'm happy if I hear that whistle from Ryan Cottingham, right?
Right. Exactly.
And that's the thing that one of my pet peeves. Okay, as not just a judge, but just when I'm watching there, and we're not dummies, and so you see somebody trot off into the one step into a trot off, and you hear the trainer going, "Whoa," whistling. I'm like, do we have to whistle so that they know they got the trot? I mean, so that's the part that for me, I don't whistle very often. I don't, and if they get it, it's like what Brister's like. If my kids get that whistle, I'll see them smile. You know what I mean? In the middle of the pin, they're like, I did something good, and they don't even maybe know at the moment, but they're probably excited to hear what they did good, right? Because most of the time in the learning process, I'm doing this, right? I don't want to take my hat off because my hair's a mess, but I usually take my hat off and walk away. And that's a thing in my barn. They're like, when you get done with your pattern, and you look at the back gate where Brad is, and he's got his hat off and he's walking away, shaking his head a little bit. Like, that's my way of like, just calm down, Brad, and so when they say that, that's not a good thing, right? So when they get the whistle, if I'm even just still watching, that's a good thing. But when they get a whistle or something like that, they're like really happy about it.
Right.
I think one night we're going to have a show on you guys trainers coaching.
Oh gosh.
Wouldn't that be cool to have a camera
have
like at the back gate, just do like a montage of all the different things
Yes.
trainers do?
You know, you guys have your rituals. You have to live. You know, again, like when I was at Congress and I'd coach some people and help them, like I would never go to the pen anymore. There's a couple of kids that hurt me in the stomach that I couldn't watch them show. I couldn't school, then walk up those stairs at Congress and come back down school some more, walk back up. That thing just like freaked me out at the end. I said, it's not worth it. My stomach couldn't handle the ups and downs because they weren't my students. They were just people I was catch helping, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I can't do this. So I just stayed in my little chair in the warm-up pen. You can tell if they were okay, they'd come back and show me a video. If they were bad,
They left.
They'd go back to the barn and
Yeah.
I'd see them later, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel bad for you guys because you guys have to go up and down those stands and watch. I go, oh, I have no stomach for that. Once I give it up, you guys have it. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard. Your job is very hard. Coaching, training, it's up to you guys. But the coaching and living through that, you know, work so hard and everything's perfect, schooling good, and then high or low, right? Or the judges mess up or whatever. You know, you guys are living a roller coaster. That's why you all have gray hair and you lose your hair because so much stress you guys have,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. That's why I dye my hair.
Yeah.
Look at how long my hair is.
I try not to have stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's me. Like when I
My
get,
hair is long now, man.
like when Tina Vollmer gets me all excited, she knows that because I just scratch. Why are you scratching your head again, right? She knows that like, we're talking about money or we're talking about some honeydew list, and I start scratching my head. Oh my god! Like,
So Bear put her bowls up. Can you put that one up, Marcelo? The speed dial, hell yeah, Roscoe, and pretty boy.
All right.
So y'all look out for those bowls right there.
Right. She said rounds 9 and 10. So everybody pay attention.
Marcella, can you put Tina's comment up? I don't know what she said.
Yes, and then let's put Tina's up. Having your own personal goals is important, not always the placings. Absolutely, especially with young horses. Last class at the World Show, we didn't make it back, but we didn't run out of the pen or make my horse angry. Probably happier than being top 5 personal win when he was exhausted. So yeah, perspective, right? That's my favorite P word is perspective. And, you know, I was just thinking about that exact thing before we got off on this, is that, you know, those kids that I'm telling you about, these young ones, the new ones that are coming up, that, you know, they ask me, what classes do you want me to show? I love that, right? Instead of going, I'm going to show this. I'm like, you're not ready for that. Like, what classes do you want me to show? And I'm like, this. You're going to show this class. You're not going to be the winner. And they're like, yes, I understand that, right? Like, so I've already conditioned them, like, you're going to show in this class, but it's for your experience and just to be a better horseman. You know, you're going to show your horse in the trail, but it's not a great trail horse, but you're going to go and you're going to do the best that you possibly can. Like, okay. I mean, I'm like, I'm so refreshed at this, right? It's just it's so fun because they're all just excited to go show. And just if they do one class or they do 15 classes, they're excited.
Well, at the end, you know, it's kind of a hobby, but an expensive hobby. And when those people are enjoying what they're doing, and I mean, like Tina Vollmer, your props because she enjoys riding, she enjoys showing, she enjoys the process. She gets excited.
Those are the ones that stick around long.
Right.
So,
sure.
I mean, the ones that we have long term is because they love it. They love it. They have goals, just like she said. You have a goal for a young horse, and then eventually you get to that point where it all comes together.
And then I like, we call them the barn rats, right? Girls that just love to ride, love their animals, love to take care of them and stuff like that. And you appreciate them. Those ones you want to help.
Yep.
Because they just want to learn. Maybe they're not going to show, but they want to learn.
Yep.
And they're excited to take a lesson or they're excited to do something, right?
Yep. Well, I mean, that's 100% Kate. She would ride at home all day, every day. She loves to ride. She loves to learn. She wants to get, but she could care less whether she goes to the horse show. Right. I just go.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Bradford?
I think it's time for Christmas.
Okay. Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Becky, we sure appreciate you joining us tonight. It's been fun. It's been fun. Hey, the weather, was it good in Houston today?
It was beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, it was beautiful here as well.
I've had like beautiful weather.
Yes, it was absolutely perfect.
Non-cold.
Yes.
Non-cold today.
Absolutely appreciate everybody watching and all your comments. We love these shows when everybody is engaged and, participating in the show, and it's not just us up here talking. So we thank you all so much for taking your Wednesday evening to spend with us.
I would say good luck to Bears Bulls.
Yes.
We love knowing
Bears
someone.
Bulls.
Bears,
Yes.
good luck to your Bulls out
Thank
there.
you to Bears Bulls. We
Bears
want them to
Bulls.
win.
For sure. Okay. Very good.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas to
All right.
everybody.
Merry Christmas, Marcelo. Take us out. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Hey, I hope you have a better day tomorrow, Becky.
Thank you.
The Keeping It Real Show is brought to you by Kit Ray Taylor, Westland Hauler, Cons Ridge Jeans, Chauffeur Doe, Tyndall Hats, Blue Ribbon Custom Tack, Rod Patrick Boots, Hellman Therapeutics, Hutchworth Bits and Spurs.